Hello, Zaya. Huh? General Easy, once again. I'm just speechless. Here they are, trying to say that there is they have discovered a mystical truth hidden in the Bible, right? The head is heaven. Wow. They gotta turn everything into a war, I guess. They're not even trying to think of it as, I don't know, a joint effort type situation. Nah, I rather view it as a war. Look at the phrasing, you know. So, pertaining to this tech, right? Pertaining to this tech here specifically, right? I was researching back in the days at early Roman things, right? And you know those pillars, and they have these decorations that look like those things up in the top, like those two cycles, right? Now, I don't know if you know, but there are ancient sites that have pillars that they seem to have electrical structures within them, right? This is, of course, going hand in hand with burnt and melted stone, right? And I've talked about this in the past a couple years now, right? And I did talk about it short, like in a few words a couple months back, I think. And really, in short, there is a reason why over the years, technology and everything that we set up has backfired, because we didn't really have any spiritual growth, right? So if we do not take only what we need and we become greedy, then it becomes problematic. Yeah, that balance, kiasi, right? I don't know what the appropriate word for it, right? It's not too much, it's not too little, just there, right? So the problem, I think, is that people are messing with this force of nature, right? Like this guy here, right? Let me take a little tangent about this guy here. Well, he, with his own words, he said that he got inspiration for this technology from an extra dimensional being. That's where he got this knowledge from, apparently. Okay, now let's turn back from that tangent. Right? This is the force of nature. Right? Now, naturally, there is a discharge and recharge happening every time on this earth. Right? There's a recharging and a discharging that happens on this earth every time. Right? And here we create electrical grids. Right? Electrical grids, right, because we are looking at, we are literally taking a certain charge, right? There's positive and negative, for lack of better words, right? We are of use mostly of a specific charge, and we produce much of it so as we can, propel society, right? Propel society. We hack into this exchange of electricity between the sky, the dome, right, the firmament, and the ground. right? We add electricity, basically upsetting the electrical exchange between the dome and the ground. Okay, so we have cases of lightning and whatnot, right? Now this technology here is gonna make everything like worse, right? It's gonna start like really, you know, they have shown you in movies, right? It's gonna be like 2049, right? That what do they call that movie? But it has 2049 on it, right? Blade Runner, right? You see the skies in Blade Runner or the skies in the Terminator, right? That is what this form of electricity gets you, right? It's gonna start out simple, right? It's gonna seem safe, eh? We're just gonna take charges from the sky and use them and convert them into another form of charge and then discharge in the sky is gonna get really gloomy, right? The sky is gonna get really gloomy, right? And because of greed, we're gonna make it worse. And then one day, one single day, I know these principles. I have done scientific research to know this for a fact. After you done supercharge the sky for a long time, it will come a day that it will discharge. And that discharge will be severe. I am talking about the loudest thunderstorms you have ever heard. Lightning everywhere, powerful lightning. Powerful lightning. What happened? Is the technology really dangerous? No. It's their greed that destroyed them. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's greed, right? So all of these worries that people have about free energy and free energy mechanisms, you know, it's not about, I don't know, people are not going to work or people are not going to do that or this. No, you cannot. It does not apply. It's irrelevant. Where do you base your observations from, really? Right? But regardless of that tangent, right? What I'm saying is greed is what it will be the end for most. Greed, right? And then they'll just end up burning themselves and playing with fire that they don't really understand. So I was watching this 4-hour documentary, you know, by this guy. You know, he was talking about ancient India, right? He was talking about ancient India. He went into their history books, you know, in depth, talking about aircraft, talking about weapons, you know, like a variety of weapons, you know, like a plethora of weapons, right? And in this particular video, in all of these 4 hours, there was one thing that was recurring. All of the statues that he kept showing, they had their noses broken, right? Now I know, because he was a white person, that was not even, I don't know, a thing that he paid mind about, you know. But me as a Negro, I know something is afoot. I surely know something is afoot, right? They always do niggas wrong, man. You know, so as they can keep their own people in ignorance, right? So what is my advice? I would tell the people of the nations to rediscover their Negro ancestry. To rediscover their Negro ancestry. Maybe that will be enough motivation to make them turn away from the way of Cain. Now, this reminded me of something. It's called the Eye of the Sahara, right? The Eye of the Sahara, right? We are going to get back to that, you know? There's something there with that Eye of the Sahara, they call it, right? There's something there. There's some discovery to me made about our past, yeah? I have seen some satellite images that seem to show something, right? Something that happened in the past. Talking about the ocean and the city made of cycles and stuff. I think all sanitary pads and diapers are toxic. Why do we think it's a great idea to carry around excrements and walk around with excrements and think that it's gonna be great, it's gonna be healthy? I can't say this, I think. Like, everything is just meant to kill you people. You know? Everything is meant to kill people. You know, now in some nations they have waken up, you know. I used to go through this pathway where there was this Asian family that was they had a little child, you know, an infant, but this infant could walk around, you know, and basically they didn't put every time that I went by that, and which is many times, okay, because they are basically saturated in a major road, right? They never put diapers on that child, right? Regardless of how it shapes the hips and the legs, you know, your kids look weird walking around bow-legged, you know, and they think that is fine. No, it's not. You're gonna affect their physiology, right? I don't know if it's just a deeper thing, you know. Like I've said, if I were to talk about this of how everything is trying to kill us, we would go on for hours, man. Okay, let's talk about urine. If you were to take away and classify every chemical that comes out of urine and how dangerous those chemicals are, you would not be putting these. You'd let your child just defecate and urinate on the ground and that be it, but not let them carry around what they excrete. Yeah, it's the future. Like, okay, congratulations, I guess. Right, the symbols they don't want you to see. You can have a read about that, you know. We talked about this, right? This is how the serpent took over the kingdoms of earth, through marriage, not through war, through marriage, right? My guy then wrote a book, right? So it is all about marriage, right? It's all about marriage. Even these guys, okay, I mean, Elon, okay, if the future of civilization is at stake, so where can we vote? You know, I need to it's the stake of the whole civilization here, okay? You need to tell us who we need to vote for. in order for us to not be at stake anymore. Elon, please help. Right? Of course, this is how, right? This is how they do this in movies and stuff like that, and this and that, right? So we have General Easy, right? He was willing to go to war, right, over marriage, right? Because this belief has not really died, right? Even in the Game of Thrones, the franchise, right? It's all about that, Game of Thrones, right? The whole movie of what do they call it? The movie Dune. Oh yeah, kama kaa sana. Wewe nani? Right? So it's all about bloodlines, right? It's all about bloodlines, and it's all about marriage and all of these perverse things, right? Now I was made aware about this, and because I'm the prince, then I had to be moving different out here. Right? They might make a lot of noise about everything else, but they know for a fact it comes down to that. You know, if they wanna continue their serpent seed per se, not only continue, but continue their seed in a position of power, right? Because there's an animosity between the seed of man and the serpent, right? So if they are not in control, then they are at the receiving end. And they do not like that, right? So they rather, right? So a person like me would be a target, right? Presidents come and go, right? But here we are not dealing with people who come and go. So they know what they're doing. They make movies about it. But if you are not a prince, it is highly irrelevant. Right? But it should be a thing of concern. Right? Right? You should watch this video. So as you can tie up what I've been saying. At least now we understand why those explosions happen, I guess. Look at that. Negative media coverage costing Africa billions. 4.2 billion. No, 4.2 billions. They don't even know English straight. So it's an economic warfare. Right? It's an economic warfare. And like I've said in the past, in fighting for truth. Right? Because if I were to ask you how the lie spreads, then you would understand. Well, this is gonna happen if you keep playing on modifying cells, right? At all points where there is major interaction between organs and blood, basically modified blood, there's always gonna be a problem, right? Starting with the heart, going to the lungs, the brain. All of these areas are going to be affected seeing that they are spreading their. Okay, don't say I didn't tell you. Don't tell me. Don't say I didn't warn you. Right? But you're going to die. Not as a fact of life, no, because of stupidity. Right? Because of stupidity. You might think that, oh, you need to educate me about mRNA and this is safe. Okay, go do it. Right? Go do it. We shall meet each other. That's all I can say about that. We shall meet each other. This is their next move. They're calling it exciting time, right? Playing on your emotions and your problems and your desperation. They want to fill the gaps. As if God left gaps for them to fill up with information from anywhere. Yeah, even New Zion. I've seen the business in Congo, even here in Tanzania. Yeah, vengeance is coming for that. Okay, don't tell me I didn't warn you about the dangers of this technology. Okay? They're going on and on. Same agenda in 1 week. They're all parroting the same narrative with just a slight change. They have uncovered genes that control skeleton. What is this? Halloween? The scripture said the unrepentant. The unrepentant. So for you who have not understood the depth of how bad it's going to become, for our sake anyway, a group of people from afar came in brutally, took a peoples and spread them far and wide, making it damn near impossible for them to return, nor even find their roots. Right? And it might be really hard for any person to understand, maybe in the East or even in the West, because this has never happened to anybody else. It has never happened to the Chinese, nor the Russians, nor the British, nor the Japanese, nor any. It has never happened. Right? Now these people are trying to play politics. Right? Now they are laying all of these issues at the leg at at the feet of the king. You know? They're saying, okay, you king, you need to respond. Talking about you need to respond. Okay. You keep playing games with our freedoms, man. Okay. Look at that. Just new evolutions every day. You know, I wonder what percent of that dinosaur in this picture here was actually dug up from whatever they tried to recreate here. Okay, we shall not eat beef anymore, I guess. We want to help climate change. I don't know if you got this random AI generated content in in your notifications, but I got 2 up to now. And it's I don't know, 7 trailers now. I've got only 2 notifications, and like you can see, I've not even subscribed to the channel. I can exactly like what my guy said here. What in the name of all that is AI is going on here? Right? Then why did you choose Balaam? The significance thereof. But hey, let me put a pin on it. General Easy signing out. Love you. Bye.